We got Lane calling in from Louisiana. Lane, you are live on Truth Wanted. What's going on?
Hey guys, both y'all looking very dapper today.
Thank you. Thank you. Dress for success, I'd say. Dress for the best calls, Lane. That's why you're here with us. So tell me what's up.
We knew you were calling, so we got dressed up.
I'm so excited.
That's right.
Real quick, want to say Truth Wanted favorite show on ACA.
Thank you. That's what's up. You hear that, yeah. Greg? Greg's our producer. Okay. He needs to know. He needs to know that we got the real fans that are willing to say what needs to be said. Anyway, thank you, Lane. Appreciate it.
Hey, all right. So I'm calling in today talking about basically what some people online are saying is the coming alien invasion. That is,
hell yes,
the interstellar object 3I Atlas.
Yep.
All right.
It's at Jupiter right now.
The person, hey, it's coming. The alien invasion is scheduled for like November, December. Okay. Like basically it's going to pass by Jupiter, Mars, and Venus, and eventually Earth. But
it'll pass about 170 million miles from Earth.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, it's like close, but not close. But
right. I just, interesting. I'm sorry to cut you off. Interestingly, we just did recorded a segment for nonprofits that'll be shown next week about this. So I just happen to have just done a whole bunch of research on the
Kelly's
topic.
ready. So. He's ready to talk about this. I love that.
I am. I'm totally ready.
So did y'all talk? Did y'all talk about Avi Loeb?
About what? I'm sorry.
An astrologer. His name is Avi Loeb.
Avi Loeb. Yeah, he's a theoretical physicist.
Yeah.
Yep. And we brought him up on Truth Wanted a few times. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he actually was at Harvard.
Yeah, he's professor at Harvard. He said that the possibility that this is an alien probe is there. I don't think he's come right out and said that it is, but the possibility of it being an alien probe is there. And he also thinks that we need to have an international organization to discuss what would happen if, in fact, this was a probe or when a probe does show up, because Earth doesn't really have an international plan right now. And in that respect, I think he's right, that we do need to come up with some kind of international plan. So Avi, I think, he is a theoretical physicist, so it's his kind of job to come up with scenarios that like this, right, and come up with solutions to any problems that might arise. So, but the whole thing is pretty interesting. It actually entered our solar system faster than any interstellar object ever has before.
The thing, Avi Loeb thinks everything is
134,000 miles an hour.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yep.
Well, so the deal with Avi Loeb is he speculated that the Oumuamua, or it's Oumuamua, interstellar object was like a piece of an alien craft. So what all these people on TikTok are doing is saying that this guy, he's like, oh, it could be something, and everybody's just running with this and saying that aliens are for sure coming.
Of course.
Yeah. Whenever this thing comes out from behind the sun, they're coming for us. So everybody get your tinfoil hats. All right.
Yeah. And we talked about it before. The thing with the Oumuamua comet was like he got this like study together to like try to dig up rocks from like under the ocean, and was like, oh yeah, these are definitely from that comet or whatever. And, just making all kinds of claims. Of course, he's got like at least one book about it. I think he's got more than one book, maybe. So, he's in that world. He's definitely talked about aliens like a lot, and has definitely like overhyped a lot of things. He's just received a lot of criticism. So, yeah, of course, he's perfect for TikTok, which will absolutely take anything they can get their hands on to sensationalize, especially stories like this. And now I guess it's going to be like three body problem, right? Where we're all just going to come together and make some sort of grand super organization to stop the aliens, a la Independence Day, maybe a little bit like that. But yeah,
one can only hope. But they were talking about redirecting the Juno craft that's currently around Jupiter to go check this thing out and make sure there's no little green men on there.
Yeah,
I don't think there was any word that it was like a manned ship. It was more of that it might be a probe.
Yeah,
like an informational probe.
Yeah, no.
Which I would expect an advanced culture to send before they send.
Like, yeah.
I would expect them, if it's an advanced technological society, I would expect them to send an unmanned probe first. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. But if it's advanced, it could just be like Star Trek. Like they could just watch us from the bushes and we would never know, right?
Sure. Now, here's the question. Do we let them know that we're here?
That's the big one.
That's the big question.
That's the big one.
Or do we sit and hide in the dark forest? So.
I mean, that's true, but I don't know. I think that it's worth it to reach out, because I mean, I don't know if humans would do any better if we found somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like from our past,
right.
We would
but that's the point. That's why we should hide, right? That was like the whole thing in Three Body Problem. Like that lady that worked for China or whatever was like, hey, I hate humans. Come mess us up. Like she sent a text like saying, my parents aren't home. Come over. Like that was it. And signed humanity, and that's how they got into that mess into the first place. So this is why I always push back on people who are like, oh, scientists would love to talk about aliens coming. Like, are you kidding me? That could be huge. Like that could have a lot of bad ramifications if we let everybody know.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but yeah, and like I said, I could see both sides. But even say, I don't think it would matter because like if they would be able to find us regardless if they were capable, I guess, right, of traveling around. Like Kelly said, it would be a probe that would come by.
That's one thing that always bothers me about like sci-fi movies. When there's like some aliens that invade Earth, there's always some people that escape and live out in the forest, out in the wilderness somewhere. And then you watch Star Trek and they can pinpoint one of the crew members on the planet. It just doesn't make any sense to me that that anybody could just hide out in the forest, right, from an advanced technological alien.
Right.
I guess it makes a good movie, but it doesn't make any sense. It never made any sense to me. So.
Yeah, I'm the same way with the aliens that I am with Jesus, right? Like, God could text me if he wanted to. He could call me up. He could see what's up. I feel like the aliens could do the same thing if they really wanted to talk with us. And if they are, like, they would be using presumably the laws of physics. And we are using objects that pick up stuff that also use the laws of physics. And that's not exclusive to just like NASA researchers. There's a lot of private organizations, like all kinds of stuff that would pick up on these kinds of signals and other kinds of things. Obviously, some organizations have more specialized technology than others. But, when we're talking about like satellites and telescopes and stuff, it's a lot more people than just governments that have that. So, there's other people that could point to that. But at the same time, I don't know, man. Yeah, if aliens are coming, I would hate that the TikTokers are right. That's the biggest thing. I would rather them be wrong more than anything than to be proven wrong by sensationalist TikTokers. But
yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, guys, I could, if you got time, I could tell you my story about how somebody tried to tell me about the Nephilim, or I could give you my pet theory about the drones at the beginning of the year.
You just activated me like a Russian sleeper agent. Please tell me about the Nephilim. You know me, man. I fucking love the Nephilim. Please.
Oh man. All right. Yeah. No, it's mostly just like this. I met a guy. I was hitchhiking through one of the Carolinas a couple years ago. And I was just sitting on, this like little wall on the side of a sidewalk, and this guy comes over to me and starts preaching at me, kind of, because he can tell I'm, an unhoused traveler, and I was just like, to get him to go away, I was just like, yeah, man, sure, I'm saved, all this, and then he just cuts in with this, hey, man, did you know that there was a team of Navy SEALs that got attacked by a giant in Afghanistan, and they, like a couple of them died, and they all covered it up and stuff. And I just looked at him and I was like, bro, you mean to tell me a Navy SEAL couldn't pull off a headshot on a giant?
Nah, bro.
A squadron of them, right?
Like,
yeah, that's the story.
Yeah, it's a whole.
I was literally talking about this. Yeah. Have you heard of this story before, Lane? Because I was actually just talking about this 2 weeks ago on Atheist Experience. This is like one of my favorite conspiracy theories ever. And the idea is not only is that what happened, but that's one of the reasons why the U.S. invaded Afghanistan in the first place. Or sorry, not invaded Iraq in the first place, was because they've actually found evidence of Nephilim, and like the MWDs. Or the WMDs was just like a cover up for that. So yeah, I love that idea that actually the U.S. government is hiding up, giants, which is just really cool.
And I've been to Afghanistan twice.
Yeah,
there was no giants.
Well, did you see Nephilim? Oh, well,
no,
that's because they're in Iraq.
No, there's just none. Like there was. No, yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, because it's but the cave with the Navy SEALs is outside of Kandahar, Kabul. One of them.
Okay, it's probably her. I think the story I heard was from Iraq. They probably have told different versions of this somewhere in the Middle East. Americans aren't very good at geography when it comes to the Middle East.
I've heard of this Kandahar too.
Have you? Okay.
2004. Y'all remember the camel spiders conspiracy?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I remember this. Yes.
Blew up a picture. Oh yeah. No, I mean camel spiders exist, but they're not 3 feet big.
Just like this giant marker.
Yeah, that giant marker that Kelly's got on his screen right now. That's so huge. That's crazy. The story with the giants was, it's like they have like these, I think it's Photoshop. I mean, obviously Photoshop, but I don't even think it was like a trick of the camera. I think it was just like literally just a guy next to some Photoshop bones. And that just like went around some early forums in the early aughts, which is just like the best way to start a rumor.
Like on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, way back in the day, But anyways,
now we're making AI videos of these giants
with my pet theory.
Okay. Yeah, Kelly's saying now they're gonna make AI videos about everything, which is true. Because now you can just fake that.
You haven't seen the AI videos of the giants building the pyramids?
No, yeah.
I haven't seen that.
I have.
Giants building pyramids. You've seen that, Kelly? You're on that shit? Okay.
I have. I sure have.
Oh, yeah.
Well, great. Maybe we need to do that. We need to start reacting to some AI dumb videos on here. That'd be pretty good.
That's what I was talking about in the beginning, about the pseudo history and the pseudoscience just being blown away by this AI. It's overwhelming. It really is. It's totally overwhelming. There's so much of it out there. I think Lane obviously has seen a lot of it as well as I have. And it's getting so prevalent and there's so few of us out there that are just stop saying, hey, look, this is like completely fake.
Yeah. We got to keep fighting the fight. And you know what? There's always going to be more people like us. There's more people out there like us than you got to give us credit for it, because the dumbest voices are often the loudest sometimes, right? So
thanks for standing up to that guy, Lane. I appreciate that.
Yeah, Lane, thanks for that. You're doing your duty, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate it, y'all. But hey, had a great time on the call. I'll just have to call back. I don't want to take up any more of your time. I'll call back in with my pet conspiracy theory about the drones at the beginning of the year.
Yes, I would love that. Please do. Please, pretty please, because like 90% of the time we tell people to call back and they don't. I really want to hear about that. So tell me about it, okay?
Lane, give us a call back.
Yeah, thanks for calling in, Lane. Have a great rest of your weekend.
And if it is an alien probe, it was nice knowing you.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, man. Remember, was it last year when we were talking about drones? Everybody was freaking out about the drones.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, maybe it is drones. It's probably like a foreign government. I don't know. I think that was my take at the time. I don't think it'd be aliens. That'd be kind of a weird thing if that's what they were doing. But I wonder what came of that. They talk about that anymore? I didn't follow up on that story.
Drones are kind of like a dead thing now.
Yeah.
Everybody was worried about.
I hope it was just like some foreign country just kind of messing with us. That'd be funny.
I think a lot of them just turned out to be normal drones. Just
probably
people,
probably just people getting to the hype.